Hi everyone, this is Law, and I'm going to cast the second game, best of 11 Gladiator something tournament um, between Blackheart and Petric pawns. So, Fields of Thunder is actually, from what I know, considered to be pretty bad map for Aeon. So I have no idea why Blackheart chose Aeon on this map. He probably wants to do some quick Aurora spam attack maybe. I don't see other reason to go Aeon here because you don't get good tools on T2 land, and that's a little bit too small map for T2 air, and if it gets to turtle, this map actually can go to turtle. The hell. Yeah, annoying pathfinding. Uh, so yeah, if map goes to turtle, Aeon doesn't really have anything good for that as well. While Seraphim have good artillery that can deal with large numbers of auroras. It's hard, but you actually can do that. You can try to kite auroras with artillery. Looks like Blackheart spotted this Celine. It's actually... I don't like putting Celines on mass extractors anymore because it looks kinda useless. Some miss micro, I would say, from Petric Bones. I don't know, or I'm not sure if it's his fault why Celine stops shooting for some time. So he has two Celines. Wanted to annoy Blackheart and delay this engineer for him. So by the way, this map, I would say it's a very simple map, but the simpler it gets, the harder it is to play, because tiny differences start to matter as it gets simpler and simpler. So if we press Ctrl plus Shift, we can see how much reclaim is there. And basically you get like a reclaim boost early on here. I usually actually queue up all those rocks. By the way, I'm not really paying enough attention to game. Well, build orders are almost similar. Both players going for Hydra with ACU. Blackheart went with his ACU very early. Petric waiting a bit, building maybe more factories. So oh, annoying to kill. That's almost more than 100 mass, I think he killed there of reclaim. So yeah, there was bomber from second air from Petric Guns and didn't do any damage, just killed Spirit here. Well, that's pretty good here. Celine. I mean, I think it's much more value from knowing that the engineer is here, so you can start raiding there. And this delay, usually players notice it very quickly and just reclaim your Celine. So both players spamming T1 land so far, and mostly tanks from Petric. So it's kinda hard, because if you make mostly tanks, you have to count for your opponent to miss micro his auroras, and that's actually what happens here. By the way, Blackheart was like walking around here making mass extractors, and that's not really what you want to do In this case, I mean, they should spam power quite heavily, because once you start to reclaim with ACU here, you just get a ton of mass. So Bomber here, Blackheart trying to split engineers, but 3 still die here. Yeah, air was won by Petric Bones. I feel like game is going too fast for me to comment on anything here. See very big mass stall and how reclaim affects your economy on this map. Just basically got 100 extra mass for like 1 second. So very nice raid here from Petric Bones, and I think that's what you should try to do on this map. You should try to secure at least this corner, if we see for Petric Bones, and defend it from raids and just reclaim there. But of course it's much more better to reclaim in the middle first. Problem for Blackheart that he's not really reclaiming anywhere. Not here, not well, he's reclaiming here right now, that's fine. And using that, you just spam a shitload of power. You can even get T2 maxes. You can work towards T2 PDs, and then gun ACU should not really hurt you if you manage to, I don't know, don't build somewhere here or here all your T2 PDs, so you can eventually cut map in half. So yeah. By the way, terrain here in the middle is very rough, so not ideal for Auroras. So far we see a pretty big power advantage for Petric Bones, and Blackheart is reclaiming in the middle, but that's not quite enough. Oh, I missed that. I think ACU was shooting PD here and actually was hitting it, which is a bit strange, actually. So Blackheart really lacking power here, and Air Factory was paused for a very long time, but he has a decent number of Auroras, 42. I guess only 25 tanks. However, they doesn't seem to do much right now. Mostly hitting ground, I guess, and Petric has a lot of tanks here, which is kind of strange. I think making more ATI would be even better, but we see that tanks works. It's more safe to build tanks because you can. It's a danger that if Aeon player tries to chase you, you can turn around with your tanks and try to fight him. 6 kills for a bomber and damaging Obsidian into T2 land HQ and Obsidians by Blackheart, and still not spamming power. So you can see you can really get a lot of units if you don't spam power, but in the long term that's basically really bad. And you see here this squad of engineers and another attack move queued up here. They will just get a lot of mass, so much mass it's like uncomfortable amounts of mass. I mean, overcharging here. He did overcharge. Actually, I don't think he overcharged any obsidian here. Just trying to go for Blackheart's ACU, maybe feeling a bit uncomfortable that his T2 land is not done yet, but against Obsidians really should just pull back, and Obsidians is not something that you can't deal with. A lot of T1 PDs going down for Petric Bones. It's really nice to get a wall here or something. Then it's perfect situation if you secure mass on your side. How can you even spend so much mass? Only 2 engines working here. All his factories here. Actually, oh, here you can see desperate attempts to spend this huge amount of mass that Petric Bones is getting, and still has tanks on the right side denying all this mass from Blackheart. This faction advantage of Aurora's didn't help him to push forward. Obsidians are incredibly strong. You can see that nothing can deal with them except maybe artillery trying to just going after them and shooting from far. 10 and 8 kills. They actually were probably fighting somewhere there. Yeah, so apparently, I don't know. Looks like power storage is finally full for Petric Bones, and he decided to get a T2 upgrade. You can see TMD and T2 engineers, TMD. So he's probably pretty sure in his ability to win here. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's sure about, but he's doing defensive stuff. He's not rushing to something. Yes, Obsidian can't really deal with T1 units too well, but T1 units can't really deal with Obsidian as well, so... And T2 PD is going down here. There is absolutely nothing that Blackheart can do against T2 PD. Usually you can at least tank with your ACU. And actually ACU shield with double gun would be a nice strategy for this map, because after you reclaim all this and reclaim middle, you will end up with basically a lot of power and very low mass, because you get so much mass from reclaim. There was a unit inside the factory, so you may have like 2 pigeons, and then when you run out of mass, it will be perfect eco combo to get a shield or something. But I guess it still requires you to have 2 PDs first and just turtle on your side of the map, so you can safely upgrade your ACU without need to be on the front to overcharge all the time. But we see very T1 and early game orientated play here from Blackheart, and that didn't work strong at all, so he didn't even do much damage to Petric Bones. Petric wasn't ecoing, so he had all available units, and of course the following attacks by Blackheart were not very strong. And it feels like Blackheart just lost a lot of Auroras somewhere in the middle here. just mostly to the tanks. I'm not sure that bombers did really that much job. They did a lot of good work too, but tanks and just T1 engagements were not dominated by Aurora here. And of course they will not be dominated by Obsidian because you can just kite them. So here's that T2 and gun ACU. There is still a lot of left to reclaim, you can see, and reclaim in the middle can easily be grabbed by petric drones because he can just spam some T1 PDs here, and it's not really good for Obsidians to fight with T1 PDs. I guess they actually can, and that might be actually mass efficient, but still, I don't know. I'm not really sure how Obsidians work against T1 PD with walls, but at least they actually have a lot less range, so attacking into them is hard. That feel when you miss Micro Aurora enough to lose this. Well, I'm serious. This map is considered to be pretty bad for Aeon, and I mean I've been playing it on ladder. And all the Aeons that I used to get were pretty sad about it. And you most of the time could just counter gun ACU with T2PD, and then Aeon just left without any option on this map. So yeah, that's it for this game. Petric pawns equalizing the score. And by the way, in previous cast I said that both players chose Cybran the most, but apparently I was wrong. I didn't read something correct or something like that. Petric pawns chose Seraphim the most, and probably Cybran second. Yeah. So let's go to the next game.